Welcome to Enkirus. Today I'm going to show you how to create an IAM user, understand about roles, groups, policies, and also I'll help you how to do an MFA authentication for your IAM user. See, why do we need IAM user? IAM user we need because usually AWS starts with your root account, which is your main account, and you do not want anyone to get access to those account. Root, and also for security reasons, and also via IAM account, you can limit the number of policies, amount of AWS resources that particular account can access, and you can monitor those also. Like if you're working in a team or in a group, you can create IAM users for your for other people, and you can attach roles and policies. If it's a development team, QA team, or production team, they require different levels of policies or security attachment, groups policies attached to them. And also it's considered to be best practice to use IAM users and roles. So let's begin. First of all, we'll click on when you log in into AWS account via management console, we click on IAM identity access management. We click on that. Okay, we are here now. See, I have one user created here named CS. I'm logged in via that only, and I'll click on add user. See, there are two types of user you can create, either programmatic or AWS management console access. Programmatic, it generates an access key, secret key, which you use for if you are for your other application. It can directly be added there to interact with the very AWS services. AWS management console is when you are required to log in through console and do the necessities. Here I'm going to show you how to do an MFA. So we will select the management console here. Let's name this Enkirus 1. We'll select this management console, and I will select a custom password for first time here, Jan@2020. I'll delete that later, just a simple password here. Okay, now we'll reset. I'll ask the user when it logs in to reset the password. Like, it will be much better for him. Okay, now I'll go for next permissions. Now see, if you want this user to, I'll do one thing. I want this user to have only EC2 access. That means Elastic Container Cloud, like computing cloud you say, like EC2 here. These are the servers. See, AWS already has various policies already created for you. Like as you see, these are for Elastic containers. This is for EC2 servers, read full access, read only access, for your code deploy, for your data pipeline, different services. AWS almost has policies attached. But if you want to have a cherry picked policy for you, you can create it your own policy. I'll show you how to do it for ECR. Okay, let's give this an EC2 full access. This user will only have access to EC2. Now, if you want to set boundaries, you can set the boundaries here. That means like maximum users, as you see here. I'll click here. Different policies, like what it can access, like particular only, you can set it here. Now I'll go for tags, review. See, that's it. This user Enkirus 1 has been created with EC2 full access. And see, I can send my login instructions to this user. I'll just close this. Now see, we have one user created for us. Now how to do an MFA authentication. You come and click on this Enkirus 1. You go to your security credentials here. See, the person, like usually, like the person who does will he should be an admin level, so that he should have a policy attached for accessing security credentials and managing MFA. Now see, usually you can use Microsoft Authenticator, Google Authenticator. There are various other authenticators. See, it has mentioned like it shows you what are the ways authenticator approved here. I'll just show you. Yeah, see, Auth, Duo Mobile, LastPass, Microsoft, Google. These are the authenticator approved by AWS. You can use either of those. You click on virtual MFA. You click on continue. You do a show QR code. You install these any of these apps. You go there and add new account. You scan this code, enter an MFA code. After 30 seconds, you wait for 30 seconds and you add the another code. That's it. You are done. Next time when you log in, you will have to enter an MFA code here. See, below you see access keys. If you want to generate access keys for this account, or SSH for code commit, for as a Git or normal Git credentials. in my, you can see in my top right corner, there's one video I'll show you where you can learn about AWS code commit also. Now coming to, we have created the user, we have attached up a simple EC2 full access. Now we'll create a custom policy here. Now let's open a custom policy. I'll just open IAM in a new tab here. I'll do one. Okay, now this is my new tab here. I'll show you. See, one more thing. I'll see Enkirus, usually you have your account number mentioned here. You can click on customize, and if I click delete here, let's delete this here. See, this is actually unique to every account. You account alias. I will just name this Enkirus, my YouTube account. See, now when you log in for account alias, you do not need to enter your account number. You can just enter Enkirus in your username, Enkirus-1 and your password. That's it. You do not need to go to this console, this IAM user link. Okay, this is one of the bonus points here. Now let's go to policies. You click on policies here. Let's create one policy here. It takes some time. We are going to choose ECR, and we are going to select one particular repository which I have created here, which is SKS repos. I will create one policy that will give full access to only to this particular repository. Okay, I'll select Elastic Container Registry. You can select other services also. There are various services for EC2, RDS. I'll do for list only. Let's select list only. I want to create a policy where user can only list the repositories. Sorry, not let's do read and write, because one repository only I'm giving access, neither to the whole account. Read write to that I'm creating a policy here which will give full read write policy access to this repository here. Anyone with this, I'll attach this policy to this Enkirus-1 account here. Okay, I will select the resource here. Here you can select, if you want to select every ECR repository access will be given to, every ECR repository created in this whole AWS account will be attached to this policy. No, but I want to attach specific policy. So what I'll do, I'll click specific. I'll click on add ARN here. It's done on US West 2 here. My repository is created on US West 2, as you see, Oregon. Now my repository name is SKS repos, as you see here. SKS repos here. Now I'll add this. That's it. It's done. These are the additional measures by MFA, or you want to show IP, you can add here. If you want only those IP can access it, so you can limit that also. Now I'll do ECR limited access. That's it. You want to, in the description you can have here. I'll create the policy here. ECR limited access is the policy which I've created, new policy. Now, yep, it has been created. Now I'll go to this IAM user. I will click here to add permissions. Here I will add existing policies here. I'll click here. Now I will click here ECR hyphen. Okay, I think it's taking a time here. I'll do a refresh here. Okay. Yeah, as you see, ECR limited access. I'll click on here. Okay. Yep, it's done. I'll do review. I will add permissions. That's it. Now I have added this managed policy. You can see the JSON form of this policy also. JSON form, you can see the repository. I have everything has been attached to this particular repository only. Got my point? Now if I generate an access key, this access key will only have access to EC2 full access and ECR limited access to that repository. Now coming to roles. See, roles, basically roles you create. Roles, this is the best definition of roles you can find anywhere on the internet. See, like if you are creating an EC2 instance that needs to access various AWS resources such as S3 bucket or any other resources like ALB and all, rather than giving access keys, you can use this. You can attach the role on EC2, or either you can create a trusted account for this, and users from a corporate directory who use identity federation with SAML. One more perfect example here. AWS services and AWS services that needs to act on resources in your account to provide its features perfectly. One more perfect example. You create a role like basically you want people to access your EC2 or various services, and you want to attach that role to like if you suppose you are working on a Lambda function. Lambda is a serverless runtime, and you want Lambda to have access to CloudWatch logs where it can push your logs. Now there is no place to add AWS access key in Lambda. So what you do, you create a CloudWatch log here. You click, you go for CloudWatch event. You go for CloudWatch event. CloudWatch full access you will give here, and next permissions. You will do next tags. Nothing to do here. Now I'll just mention here CloudWatch access one. I'll just name this if by mistake I have created in future. Now what I'll do, I'll go to my Lambda function and I can attach this role here. So my now Lambda function will have access to that CloudWatch resource. This is what role is. In simple terms, you create roles so various AWS services can interact with each other. They can access each other. That's it. And SAML, like if you want to do, like as it said in above, authentication. You can users from a corporate directory use identities, like for limited time. If you want to provide access to particular resources for limited time, you can use this. Now coming to groups. Now basically, like if you have a dev team, QA team, prod team, you do not want to go this everywhere. Now you create a group, and in which you have attached policies related to dev, policies that attached to QA and etc. And you attach that to a user directly. Now what I'll do, I have code commit access. I'll come to my user here. I'll go to Enkirus one here. I'll come to groups, add user to group. Okay, yeah, I'll just add this to code commit access. Now this user has been given whatever like group I had created with code commit access policies are there. Now this user is a part of that. See, this is simple. You got my point? Now always see, these are the best practices. IAM account, never use your root account. Never ever generate an access key, because if you lose access keys, it's hell, because anyone can provision any resources and can cost you quite an amount of billing actually. IAM policies here. Use group to assign permissions, which I have used here. Apply an IAM password policy. Yes, I have always have a password rotation policy. You can come here in account settings, and you can change password policies. You can have always like I have a 15 days password rotation policy. Like after 15 days, my IAM account has to change the policy. You can create. That's up to you. Always have an MFA on your root account, because if someone gets access to your ID password, they should not be able to access unless they have via MFA. You are protected. Got my point? Now, this is how you understand the IAM architecture. In my next video, I'll teach you how to do budget also, because which is very important. Otherwise, if you overshoot, it's quite expensive. So to always cap your resources, so you know when you go above limit, you get a billing alert. So you know to turn off your resources and always follow get the billing alerts. Okay, thank you.